They say the meek will inherit the earth. We say the nerds are already in control. Welcome to the Frakkin Nerds, episode number 270. Which means we're getting close to 300, so that means Josh always loves to make anniversary trips. We have big ones coming up. So speaking of that one over there, it's the man, the mystery, the New Yorker. It is. What can I? Now I'm like, where are my buttons at here? Here we go. It's Joshua. You can talk.
Wait. Gotta wait for that part to come in.
Oh, you're like one of those indie wrestlers. It's gotta wait till that music hits before you come out of the curtains.
Yeah, that's when you get the pop. You know.
Well, that's why you have to edit your music to hit right, unless you've got some video presentation or fireworks to help.
I think when I cosplay as him on this show, I'll do a really nice entrance. So
we're gonna have an entrance.
Yeah, we're gonna have an entrance. Huh. Unfortunately, I don't think, given the state of the current world, it's gonna be a while. It's gonna be a while. I mean, like you see now, like they're trying to like eliminate the middle seat.
Are they really on planes?
On planes, they're trying to eliminate the middle seat so that way it helps social distancing. But the catch is now ticket prices are going to skyrocket.
Oh, God.
And I was just like, you got to make money somehow, right?
Oh, I mean, I don't mind you eliminating that middle seat just as long as you make the seats wider for myself, which is a bigger guy, because I feel like I get crammed in. Just the way it is. Well, on today's show, you can snag some free comics on Amazon. Tom Cruise wants to go out in space for his upcoming movie, and The Blacklist is getting an animated graphic novel for the finale. That brings us our first thing is apparently Tinder will add a one-on-one video chat this coming summer. I guess
shouldn't they do that now? I mean, fucking eHarmony's doing that.
Are they doing it?
Yeah, they have like a commercial for it. It's like when you want to go on a date. But the world,
I guess it's not ready for them to launch it, is what's going on.
It's not that fucking hard. It's just you put video conference call on your thing, and that's it. Like, if eHarmony does it, I think you could do it. Why are you waiting for the summertime?
But you say that, but you're not a coder, so that may be an issue when trying to create video chatting.
I don't think so.
Because they feel like the people using Tinder are spending more time texting before actually, which makes sense. Like, you're going to roll the dice for an STD or the coronavirus. What are you going to do?
Have you seen like people going on like COVID-19 dates where it's like social distancing dates where to walk in the park and all this other weird shit?
Well, then just call the person on the phone or video chat. Because
that's...
Because really, I mean, you're missing out on the rest of what would have been the date, correct?
Pretty much.
And then also, if you're just doing it on the video chat, then if you need to ghost them, it's much easier, isn't it? Versus having to wait till the date's over.
I don't know. Because what do you use? What's the majority of people using Tinder just to like get fucking laid? It's high, right?
It's a lot.
It's a high percentage probably. So what's the purpose of going on these dates if you know you're not going to get laid?
I don't know, because I thought wasn't the original idea again of Tinder was to just hook up. Wasn't really, because you go on another website if you're trying to find an actual relationship. Correct?
Here's my thing: the dating websites that you pay money for on a monthly membership, or like eHarmony or whatever, Match.com, those are not for fucking. Those are for like meeting your soulmate. Yeah. Anything for free, you're just trying to get pussy as much as you can, or a dick, whatever your preference is. That's what it is. Because I was under the impression that like Grindr was specifically for that, but Grindr is like, no, we're just a normal dating website.
No, I think Grindr is more for finding that
hookups.
Yeah, for hookups.
Because when I looked it up, I was like, what's the heterosexual version of Grindr? And like I couldn't get one.
Tinder, isn't it?
Yeah, no, but Tinder is like philosophy is like we want you to meet singles just like you,
because they don't want the stigma of it being like this is just a hookup, because there are.
Also, grind can have that stigma.
No, but that's why I think you said Grindr's like, oh no, this is about it. But have you ever met any guys that were just like, not on Grindr yourself, but just like anybody like, hey, how did you?
By the way, asshole.
It's like, how did you two meet up? And nobody's ever like, oh well, we met each other on Grindr. Because as soon as you think of that, you're like, oh, so you guys hooked up and fucked, and then you found something. But nobody would say that, correct?
I don't know. Like you would have to like. Because then it's like, oh, you two met not in the dating website? Wow, what the fucking miracle is this, you know?
Yeah, I know. Especially now. Like, how did you meet? Why were you out? You shouldn't have been.
See, like, I go to apps on on my thing, and like you get the information. Grindr is the world's #1 free mobile social networking app for gay, bi, trans, and queer people to connect, chat, and meet up with interesting people. See, so like. No free website or app is going to be like, hey, we're just here for fucking. That's all we want you to do is just meet and fuck. See what I'm saying? Like, you seen the adult Facebook, whatever the fuck it is, or Friendster. What was that one called?
That used to be Friendster, right? But I think that wasn't an adult Facebook, right? It was just another.
I don't know. None of those porno
but Facebook started their own like dating thing. God knows how that's working out.
Adult friend finder, there it is. That's
there you go. But
of the porno vids I watched.
And I kind of wondered, like, how do they work out? Like, is it legit as it is, or is it just a scam? I don't know. I've never. Apparently, Joshua has not either.
I think I did one, but I just never gave my information. I gave a fake email, and I was like, this sucks.
Twitter is testing out a way to rethink sending mean replies. Apparently not with mean GIFs. They're testing a new feature that could reduce bullying and harassment on its platform. Under the experiment, the company will ask the user if they want to rethink replies before they hit send on potential offensive tweets, which, you know what you really need to do is let me edit when I misspell something so not everybody can make fun of me, or I make fun of Joshua when he misspells the word. What was it, bridge or something? What did you misspell?
Concert,
yes, concrete.
Concrete. That's not how that's spelled. Okay. But you know what? The thing is, though, it's like you're so quick with it on Twitter. Like you just and just you don't pay no mind. So I spelled John Cena Seba. So my friend was giving me shit about that. But we're human. Like I'm not gonna get mad at a spelling mistake on Twitter. I'll get mad on a spelling mistake on Facebook.
Oh, because you can edit it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean that's. Yeah, I will just play with Twitter, but if you can actually see what you wrote and fix it, you should update it. But then again, I mean, I type so quick, I'm always misspelling, and I'm sometimes not that intelligent either. So that could be another reason why. Apparently, Xbox has this because I apparently pissed somebody off in Overwatch, and the funny part is I'm playing Overwatch today, and notice one of my teammates is just sitting in the spawn area. And I was like, what the hell are they doing? And all of a sudden I see a message pop up because I'm like, come on, everybody, we need to go. And then I was like, oh, so this guy's probably shitting on me for the way I play. And when I pulled it up to see, like, okay, what crap did I get? It was like, this is a possibly offensive like message. And I was like, oh, well, then I guess I'll just report it, not even open it, not even worry about it. We still won that game. And it wasn't even a ranked game. I don't know why people get all upset. I was getting frustrated with my team because we couldn't friggin' move the payload. That's what it was.
I hopefully hope we could play with my friend from California who says he's the LeBron James of Overwatch.
Why is it like
he says he's really good. I really hope we get to play with him.
Why does he never play? What's he?
I think he plays. This is how you know he's a serious Overwatch player. I was like, yeah, I have Overwatch now. He's like, oh, give me your name. I was like, well, it's on Xbox One. He goes, yeah, I got it on Xbox too. I got it on PlayStation and Xbox.
Oh my god!
And I was like, holy shit! I was like, I can't wait to play with this dude. But you know, it's funny that you mentioned that because Dead by Daylight, you can like report people for like trying to like figure out what they're doing. So if they're like trying to sabotage the game, you could report them. If they're trying to like not play good, you could report them. Like, that's crazy.
Well, I think
you do that Overwatch?
Yeah, Overwatch. I know the PC has it to where you can, because some people will just like sit and not try to help the team win because they get pissed off. So they'll sit and spawn and then just move their character ever so often so they don't get deactivated. Or you'll see them go fucking around. And then when you're playing a competition or competitive, there's points based upon that and where it sets you. And so if somebody just sabotages the team, it's crap. The other thing I think they should do, because if somebody does leave your game on a competitive game, like it puts you now 5 against 6. But I think you shouldn't get penalized because now somebody was shitty and left. But they also feel that there may be guys that will work together. Like, hey, I'll leave this game and take the hit, and you leave the next one that we're getting obviously squashed. And Joshua and I both know we feel it when we've gotten squashed in a team when all of a sudden they just run through us.
Yep.
And then I lose my mind.
I think it's worse when we were like the last one we played where we were shutting them down for like the first 5 minutes.
And then all of a sudden they just sit. What happens there is they realize, okay, this is what they're doing. They change what they're sending us. We haven't changed, and all of a sudden they just run right through us, dropping all their ults, and then we're screwed.
Yeah, cohesive unit.
Yeah, it works best. Kroger is working on getting the Impossible Burger. We did a test down in Concave with the Impossible Burger in regards to the Whopper, and I will tell you this, it's just like Diet Dr. Pepper. It really doesn't taste the same as the original. It tastes off. Like, not bad, but off. So if you want to get some Impossible meat to cook up, it's going to be showing up in Kroger. So go ahead and hang out with people with COVID-19 and get your Impossible Burger.
I mean, it doesn't taste. I think like it's a good substitute. Plus, if you put all the condiments on it, I don't think you can't tell that much of a difference. You can tell it's not
like we could tell.
We could tell, but it wasn't bad.
No, like I said, yeah, it wasn't bad. It's obviously it tastes off. But I mean, it's going to taste better than a veggie burger.
I mean, it does. I never had a veggie burger, but it
never had a veggie burger.
No, I never had a veggie burger.
No. It's its own. It's bland. You really got to put some spices into it to.
Yeah. So, but you can tell. Like when I ate it, I was like, oh, you can taste the flame boiled. Like you can still taste that signature taste of a Burger King burger on it. So
yeah,
I mean, it's still not bad. Like if they told me I had to eat it, I'd be like, yeah, that's fine.
Oh yeah. You're not going to turn it away. It's not like it's like oh, this is just horrible. The only thing I think I ever had that was like either fast food or from a gas station where I was like, oh, I cannot consume this. This is nasty. Was Red Bull Cola, and I took 2 sips of this and going, well, that's $4. I just waste it as I throw it into the trash can. Like any other drink.
This is coming back from Concave?
No. This was a long time ago. And I was like,
I don't remember Red Bull Cola.
I don't know if it's still out there, but it was horrible. Like, I mean, the fact is like, hey, I like Red Bull. I like cola. This should work. Oh, no. Whatever they did was it was just nasty. Like, no, thank you. Nasty.
Let's all go to the lobby.
Well, Joshua, as you know, Eli Roth is going to be directing the new Borderlands movie for Lionsgate, and they are trying to get Cate Blanchett to play the role of Lilith in the upcoming movie for the game.
So who's going to be Handsome Jack?
I don't know. Probably Eli Roth. They're probably like, oh, this is the part for me. Like, what do you think would be good?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't really know much about Borderlands.
Did you ever play Borderlands?
No.
Not
my cup of tea.
All right, it's a fun little game. You should play it if you ever get the chance. But I know
I got plenty of fucking time.
Anytime I ever recommend something to you, you're just like, no.
You didn't recommend 000.
I never even heard of that one.
No, you've recommended some stuff that I watched and some other stuff that I just was like, I don't feel like watching.
Yeah, you won't even watch Gary and his Demons, but
no, I gotta watch that. I gotta find it.
I know you haven't watched it because I know what you watch and what you don't watch now. I can see everything. And Class was at least nice enough to watch.
Oh, it's on. I'm perplexed. I gotta check my perplexion.
Yes. No, I can. My most recent update, I could see what everybody's watching and
That's
like how
some
much.
weird shit, by the way.
Well, no, it's not like there's anything on there like that would be
No.
creepily to watch, but I just kind of see how much you actually do. Because I allowed my another friend to use Plex, and he's used it for like 2 minutes, and I'm like, what the hell? And then he posts on Facebook, I'm bored. I think I've watched everything on Netflix. I'm like, have you watched everything? Have you?
Well, maybe
Whatever.
your selection isn't what he wanted to watch.
I guess not. No, but it's good. There's good stuff in there.
See, you didn't tell me it was on there. I'll go check it out now.
It is on there. You check it when we get done with the show, not now.
Yeah, you cut me off. I was saying I will check it when I'm done with the show and I want to watch TV.
Who is that in the background of your wallpaper?
Oh, this gentleman right here. He is the almighty Taskmaster.
Oh, that doesn't look anything like Taskmaster.
Well, you have to zoom in because it's far away.
Okay, I think it's I don't know. Doesn't have a
Marvel Strike. His shield is on his back.
Oh, I see it now. Yes. All right.
Marvel Strike Force Taskmaster.
Hey, I put on Twitter, but apparently no one gives a fuck what I write on Twitter.
I do.
Well, you didn't respond either. So,
I didn't see it.
Oh, I was thinking about we're about to hit the summer, and we're not going to get any of the major blockbuster movies for the summer.
Oh, I did see this.
And I noticed that I started thinking about it. There wasn't anything that I was truly, truly excited for. Like last year, we had Endgame and probably another, and Star Wars movies and everything. Well, those were at the end of the year. But like this year, I was like, I really didn't care about Wonder Woman 84. I really didn't really care about Black Widow. Nothing really excited me about it. Can you think of any other movies that were supposed to come out like Eternals? Didn't care. Like nothing about Eternals was I excited about.
I think the only thing I was kind of, and I'm just saying this because I wanted to see what they were going to do, because apparently it was going to be the next step in Phase 4, or the beginning step in Phase 4 was Black Widow. Wonder Woman 84, I just was like, eh.
Why was Black Widow, if it's like a prequel to a lot of the stuff we see, be the beginning?
From my understanding, it was supposed to set up a lot of stuff, because didn't Fiji say, "Oh, this is going to set up all the other shows and stuff like that," or like?
I figure Eternals would have been more of a setup for the direction than Black Widow.
I mean, but that's what I read, so I was just like, "Oh, let's see how they do this." And apparently, you kind of wanted to see where it was, because it takes place during after Iron Man 2.
Okay.
Because, in the trailer, you see Taskmaster watching her fight the bad guys from Iron Man 2.
Oh, okay.
So I'm figuring it takes place after Iron Man 2, but before what? So...
Civil War?
Nah, I don't think so. Probably a little bit earlier than Civil War.
Well, it's before Civil War.
Yeah, early, way earlier.
Or not Civil War, but before Winter Soldier.
Maybe Winter Soldier? That'd be pretty cool, right?
For what? What is it cool for?
Just to see where they fill in the blanks. I give them
Were you confused by anything that was going on? Like you were like, man.
No. I'm just saying how would basically what's gonna transpire that sets up Phase 4 in between Iron Man 2 and whatever the fuck happened, in that period, that little period of where Black Widow's is shot, or where it takes place.
No, what about the rumor that they could bring the Ultimate line into Phase 4?
I mean, I have a soft spot for the Ultimate Universe because that's when I really got into comic books. But they did kind of shoot themselves in the foot when they just left it as is with the Wanda and Quicksilver, because they made it seem like the stone was the thing that created them, so they got to exclude that. But to say that the Ultimate Universe comes in and Ultimate Universe has mutants in it,
But isn't it true that in the Ultimate Universe it wasn't a mutant gene? It was experiments done on Wolverine that caused this to occur?
No, because see, from what I read and what I remember distinctly in Ultimate Spider-Man, you had a kid going around pretending he was a mutant, but he wasn't, because they brought him to Xavier, and Xavier was like, "Oh, he doesn't have the mutant gene. He has like a fake experimental gene, but he's not really a mutant." And how I saw the creation of mutants in it, if I remember, is it was Wilson Fisk, Nick Fury, and somebody else walked in on them creating mutants. But
Yeah,
it doesn't specify if that was similar to what happened in Ultimate Spider-Man when Ultimate Spider-Man first started, or if this was just another thing. So that's why I don't think mutants were mutants. They weren't created. But if I could be wrong, but I'm gonna get Marvel Unlimited very soon, so I'll do some more research.
But again, you could with the Ultimates. They're from another alternate universe where the worlds are slowly starting to connect, and then ultimately, spoilers, one of them about to destroy.
Yeah, but I'd like to say the writers of the Marvel Cinematic Universe do a really good job, but you have to like really you have to simplify a very overcomplicated fucking type of thing. So it's like, how do you introduce multiple universes over the course of movies, you know?
Well, how do you introduce multiple characters where people would have been like, well, where were all these people during all of this situations that occurred?
You subtly do that, but what's harder, introducing a character or introducing a fucking whole fucking universe with its own characters, right?
Well, yeah. But you can't be like, the X-Men were always out there, but we don't know about them.
I mean, it could work if they just did it. It was like you could start it off with like 128 mutants. It's like, oh, the mutants just started popping up because, like I said, they put themselves in a fucking like corner when they were like, the stones are what created, the twins,
because they weren't allowed to use mutants.
Mutants, but they could. I feel like they could have worked their way around it. But now that they have a good, fuck it, they might even just fucking be like, fuck it, they weren't paying attention.
Or couldn't Wanda create? We've never seen her with that power. She's done it in the comics where she can create her own universe.
Yeah,
she gets so pissed off that she creates a universe, and it's.
I mean,
mutants.
That's something that could happen. But,
I mean, wouldn't that be an interesting storyline as a House of M?
It would, but here's the thing, though: how do you have her create it and explain? See, because you have all the old school mutants. So you have Xavier, Magneto. Mm-hmm. Those are the two primary guys. How do you explain their? You kind of need their history for their characters to come to be on the forefront.
Well, I mean, couldn't you just start X-Men movies again, but they're not connected until this rift occurs? The universes start to become together?
I just can't. I mean, they could do it, but it's just a pain. I think it's going to be a pain in the ass,
You've got a lot of characters they're going to have to try to introduce and to play up why they're not here.
See, because what are they trying to say? They're trying to say you're going to introduce a universe where only the Fantastic Four. Where the Fantastic Four can be explained in the MCU.
But the Fantastic Four could be in the yes, because they just have to start whenever.
Yeah. But
the X-Men have so many aged characters, you just can't just like, oh yeah, Xavier has it and Magneto has it and then Jubilee has it. Well, wait, there's a bunch of different ages here. That's how it is.
Or they can just do the lazy route, like fucking Nick Fury comes in and he goes, "You're about to see some confidential stuff." Like, what do you mean? There's a type of human out there that is the evolution of human. Like, and you see like a picture of fucking Wolverine or something. They could do that. Because introducing universes and multiverse, it works with Doctor Strange, but they're not doing anything important in there. And then it's like, what is it? The Dark Dimension, is it for Dormammu? Is that what it's called?
Oh, I don't know. It's just a hell dimension, isn't it?
It's like you can say that, but it's like, all right, look at it. It doesn't look like it's inhabitable. It's just Dormammu's fucking head. That's it. Now if they start introducing I'm from this fucking place,
but couldn't in the new Doctor Strange movie with the multiverse?
The multiverse.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see what type of multiverse is it. Is it going to be like he goes to New York from Earth 35? Is that going to happen, or is it just like some fucking the Mirrorverse, the Darkverse, the light, shit like that?
Right. I don't know, but we got to somehow work these characters in.
I say they go the lazy route, but we've had files on these people.
Found.
Yeah, look,
We're here.
We've never said anything about this because they weren't a problem. Now they're becoming a problem after this. Because they said that was another theory is like the snap caused mutants, and I'm like, how? He was destroying stuff.
But when they brought everything back.
Yeah, so how? If Tony Stark doesn't know what a mutant is, why would he bring it back or create it?
No, Tony didn't create it. It would have been Hulk.
Or okay, Hulk. Like what the fuck? What was Hulk thinking? That he like, a guy would fucking like.
I don't know. Maybe they had mutants in that one planet he was on.
No.
All right. Well, let's talk about something absurd. Apparently, Tom Cruise and Elon Musk are working on a project with NASA that would be the first narrative feature film, an action adventure to be shot in outer space.
How old is Tom Cruise?
I think like 82, isn't he, or something like that? Like,
what? Just stop. Why are you gonna do? And then on top of that, you're gonna fucking have the guy who named his kid a bunch of fucking random.
Was it like X3A something?
He used to like the wife explained it or the mother explained it, and he had to correct her.
Oh, really?
He was like, yeah, he was like.
So they're not really fully on board with his name. They're like, or he named it, and she was just like, I guess he's got.
No. She explained the meaning of the name. Like A is for this, like non-violent weapon.
Oh my god, not violent weapon.
Yeah, like it was just crazy. And then, like in the middle of it, he corrects her.
What is
like,
it, Mordor or something like that? What is going on here?
I was like, you know what? He could be named whatever the fuck he wants because his father's like a billionaire and he'll live his life without having to know what being made fun of is around people.
It's true because he can just be homeschooled, and like you don't have to deal with these children. Like let them make fun. Like, but do you think they're gonna call him by this like X5321, or they're gonna be like,
no, they if that's his real name, fine. But
you're only gonna have a nickname. Like everybody has a nickname.
You're gonna like call him Axe or something. Because like, look, it's like, hold on, this is just retarded.
We pronounce it Nicholas is how we pronounce it. Little Nick.
Like, hold on, Grimes. I don't even know who this woman is.
She's a horrible singer. Horrible.
Okay. I didn't even know she was a singer. I thought she was a fucking like cosplay girl.
Nope, she's a singer.
Okay, X, the unknown variable. AE, my elven spelling of AI, love or artificial intelligence. This kid's already gonna get his ass whooped. A12 equals precursor to SR-17, our favorite aircraft. No weapons, no defense, just speed, great in battle, but non-violent. So it's good at running away. A equals Archangel, my favorite song. Metal Rat. I don't know what this is, but yeah, that's yeah. They call him Axe. That's probably what they're gonna call him, Axe.
You're gonna call him Axe? Like, do we know if this kid is like real or like this is?
There's a picture of him holding the kid.
Or is this like is this like Darrow where he's like some kind of kid like made in a factory?
No, I think that's the thing. though. I didn't even know Elon Musk had a fucking girlfriend. I thought he was like a weirdo.
Well, he still could be a weirdo, you know.
No, like one of those weirdos that doesn't have like
he's too busy to date anybody.
Because like the only woman I ever saw him date was Johnny Depp's ex-wife.
Oh, really?
And I'm pretty sure she was just using him.
Did she beat him too?
No. Where's the fucking picture? He's with the child.
Oh, you got a picture of the kid?
Well, it's him holding the kid.
He may be a kid. That's how we get Skynet.
Oh, you can't see because of my background.
Oh no.
Yeah, sorry. Oh, there he goes. He's breaking through the fourth wall.
You can't even see the kid. It's not even working. Not even working at all. All right.
Well, I'm not. But yeah.
Well, as we went past May 4th, which is kind of the official Star Wars day with May the 4th, the biggest news that was coming out of there is Taika Waititi will be...
Is that how you say his name?
That is how you say his name. Taika Waititi is how you say his name. I was saying it wrong for so many years.
You were saying Taki Wati, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Taika Waititi.
Is that like short for something?
I don't know. Yes, he had talked about that he would be very interested in doing a Star Wars film which is it's starting to become one of my pet peeves of people like, the part I'd like to play. And I was like, nobody cares. And then people post, what he said he'd like to play. Well, unless he has signed a deal to play that part, it is not news because I don't care. Because Joshua can then just be like, who I want to play? I want to play, I don't know, Moon Knight. But
that'd be an awesome Moon Knight.
But it doesn't really matter unless you get signed to it. Well, now he is going to be taking over and doing one of the films.
So people can hate on it, shit on it, and say it's one of the worst Star Wars ever? Awesome.
Well, like they do with Thor. I don't understand the hatred for Thor.
I think the only Thor people didn't like was the second one. The first one and the
third one.
No,
there are people that do not like his version because they're like, it's too jokey. I don't like it. It's not. It's Thor supposed to be serious and everything. It's like, no.
He's acclimated to like life because in the first one he was serious.
Yeah.
And then in Avengers he was serious, and then in Avengers Age of Ultron you kind of see him becoming more of a normal. Getting
he's interacting with humans that have more. They're not as like in your face and Shakespearean. Like this is how it should be.
Yeah, because like my friend was pointing that out. She was like, he's so funny in it because he's like hammer, like he's like but then you see him like slowly becoming normal in essence. Like I'm the strongest Avenger. No, you're not. You see, like he becomes more and more like a human on Earth as opposed to Asgardian on Asgard.
Yeah, and I think it makes the character a little more entertaining. You're flushing him out a little bit. Like why do we have to be so serious in these movies? Why
Like if you think about it, fucking Captain America should be the most serious one out of all of them, but he's like the funniest.
Well, it's because he's kind of the straight man in it. Because don't they kind of make fun of the way he acts?
Yeah. But still, he's still the good humor. Nobody had a problem with it.
No.
The only bad Thor movie was 2, and I was just like, but 3 was a great improvement from 2.
Oh, it was very entertaining. That's why I was excited when I heard that they're going to be doing the 4th one, which is going to be based upon Jane being the new Thor.
Yay!
She deals with her cancer and everything.
No.
She got cancer.
No, cancer in a comic book. Why?
So it'll be interesting to see how that is. And I think Thor's supposed to be also running with the Guardians.
Mm-hmm.
Third film.
Asgardian. I think is it called the Asgardians of the Galaxy?
Well, no, he's not in that Asgardians of the Galaxy.
No, they said he was. He's gonna be in it.
No, he's gonna be in the Guardians, but they're not calling it Asgardians, are they?
No, I think it's gonna call it Guardians of the Galaxy. That's what it's gonna be called.
Because they got one Asgard. It's not like they have what's her name from the Spawn comics.
Valkyrie?
No, not Valkyrie. Not Angela. Angela, who was originally a Spawn comic created by Neil Gaiman, and then sold the rights to it to Marvel. So now Marvel gets to run with it.
Okay, well, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
We will see what happens.
Gunn said someone's gonna die in it. My money's on Drax.
Well, doesn't Drax, if he dies, he can come back, and he's usually stronger, but not, I would say, not as intelligent either, right?
No, I don't know anything about Drax's powers, but I just, I think if he's the one to go. So we'll see.
Okay. Well, why would you kill off Batista when he was like really the only one out there supporting him when all the shit came down?
Because his character makes the most sense to die.
Would you be sad if Drax? I wouldn't be sad.
No, I wouldn't be sad either. As he gets his happy ending, he sees his wife and kid.
Oh, that's true.
That's my reasoning for him to like, because Gunn said someone's gonna die. So I'm like, all right.
Well, couldn't it be Star-Lord?
Nah.
You don't think so?
Nah. Chris Pratt is like the glue that keeps them together, and he ain't trying to go away from. He ain't doing a Robert Downey. Oh, I'm tired of doing this. You're like, no, money. Give me. I want to be in all these shows.
Well, Chris Pratt does get other stuff. Like he's going to be in the comic book adaptation for, what was it? Cowboy Ninja Viking, I think it's called.
Yeah, that's going to flop.
No, it's a good comic. I mean, it could flop because if it's not done well. Shut up. No. You hating. So hate. My Lord. No love for Wonder Woman movies. What is wrong?
Whoa. know you don't have any love for Wonder Woman movies.
I don't. I mean,
Even though you called it like, hey, with this fucking Zack Snyder cinematography, fight choreography. And I was like, holy shit, Doc is right. Why are they slowing down every fucking
they are. It was like, how many Amazonians do I need to see flip off horses in slow-mo shooting arrows? And I was like, yeah.
What is every DC's like fucking one quirk? It's like Wonder Woman had the slow cinematic fight scenes. Aquaman had the fucking guitar riff.
Oh, dum.
What did Superman versus Batman?
It was all a mess.
Yeah, every time you point that shit out, I just go, oh shit, that's what Doc was talking about.
I know. Like, I'm sitting there watching it. It's like, I was hoping for something different. And whatever her name is, Patty, whatever.
Jenkins.
Oh, yeah, they're just like, oh, she's an incredible director. Is she? Is she, or is she just,
I mean, so far the two movies that they didn't expect to make a lot of money made a lot of money. So,
well, there's a lot of movies that make a lot of money that are not good. There's a lot of Transformer movies that will say the same thing.
Oh, China, what can I tell you?
It's true. Yeah, that's why we're marketing toward them. That's why we always got to put a Chinese actor in them now. But, oh, well, they sent the bat. So that's all we got to deal with. Do what?
Bite the
I
head
have a
off
question for you. What are the worst sub geeks? Is it the Raimi's Spider-Man trilogy people or the Snyder Cut people?
Snyder Cut people, because I've never encountered anybody who defends Spider-Man 3.
You need to go on Reddit. There's a huge thing of people that are just like
I remember watching,
and they're hoping that Raimi brings like Tobey Maguire in for the new Doctor Strange.
I mean, that could work. I don't care about that, but like, I remember I'm a big Venom fan, and Venom in the movies has not panned out very well for me as a fan. So I remember going to see part 3 and being excited to see Venom. I'm like, ugh.
Well, Venom was horrible.
No, Venom in Spider-Man 3. Venom with Tom Hardy was okay, but I hated what they did to the character. But yeah, seeing Spider-Man 3, I was just like, yeah, this isn't, no. And it sucks because part 1 and part 2, and then I discovered there are people out there that say part 2 sucks too, and I'm like, Spider-Man 2 does not suck. So
yeah, it does.
No, it doesn't. That was an okay movie. It was an okay movie, and I love the fight scene between him and Doc Ock against the wall. That had to be like the best fucking.
Oh, really?
Spider-Man
with Aunt May there hitting him with an umbrella? That was good stuff. That was good stuff.
What do you like? I don't understand. You're hating on that, but it's a fucking guy with fucking octopus arms fighting a guy.
And also,
what do you want to do? Die? Like,
and Doc Ock takes a couple hits to the face with no protective gear. Spider-Man should have tore his head off. How strong he is. You're saying Spider-Man pulled his punches on Doc Ock?
Probably. I mean, he does say that too. He's like, I can't fight people the way I want to fight them because if I have to pull my punch. He says that in the comic books.
Yeah, but I don't know. I mean, the costumes at least look close to it, especially since that Green Ranger of the Green Goblin, which looked horrible.
Yeah, they fucked up on the Green Goblin, but it's fucking early 2000s, late 1990s. Like, what do you expect? I don't hate the first 2 Spider-Mans. 1 and 2 are good. 3, I can concede. I can't defend that. Like, it was like emo Spider-Man and fucking Tyrannosaurus, Velociraptor, Venom. It just wasn't good.
It wasn't good at all.
No.
And then Sam May goes, you know what? I'm sorry. And the Spider-Man, that's okay.
With his lips. I'm so sorry that I did that to your uncle. He scared me. I didn't mean to kill him. I remember the hype to that movie, and Thomas Hayden Church is like, oh, the character I'm playing is probably one of the best Marvel characters. Blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, dude, you're fucking Sandman. Call it a day. Like, and it's like they killed the wrong villain. The one they could have made a good movie out of, but you know what? In hindsight, thank God they killed that Venom and let Sandman live.
This was never going to happen anyway. And then they were trying to do the Sinister Six for the 4th movie.
What, the second version was with Andrew Garfield?
No. Remember? Because was it when Garfield? Like, didn't Rhino show up in the third movie at the end?
No, you're talking about the Andrew Garfield ones.
Oh, was that it? Okay. No, but I think he was trying to do.
No, they were setting up the Sinister Six with the second one because at the end of the second one, you see him in the jail cell.
Yeah, with all
the guy, the hidden figure is like, he goes, "What do you want us to do? Don't worry, I'm putting a team together." You see the Rhino suit, you see the Vulture suit, you see Venom, and I think if you freeze frame it, you see Norman Osborn's head too.
Okay.
So they were alluding towards like him being the true Green Goblin or something like that. But like 3 was supposed to be Sinister Six, which like I didn't have a problem with the Andrew Garfield ones. I just thought the second one was more of a love story than it was a comic book movie.
I felt the Andrew Garfield one, he cried way too much. Like everything got him emotional.
Oh, okay.
And then
I know that I've seen those memes.
And then also the one line in that, again, my hatred for Aunt May's, except for the most recent one, is when they're at the graduation, and she was like, "Pete, I really wish your uncle was here to see you." And I was thinking, bitch, he has a mom and dad. Would you not want them to be here too? But no, your dead husband, that's the more important one. Good writing, guys. Good writing.
You're just a dickhead.
No, I'm pointing out bad writing. Like nobody goes, he's got parents. Like how crappy would that be if your parents have both passed away and you're at your graduation, Joshua, and your aunt comes up and goes, "Wish your uncle was here, Joshua." And
can I interject with, was my uncle one of the reasons I was raised?
Yes, part of the reason.
So
like how old was like
he was like 2 or 3 or something.
When his parents in the comics?
I don't even think he was a baby when they died.
Well, he had to be a baby. It's not like they died and then like Spider-Man.
Okay, so if he doesn't have any real memories of his parents, but the memories of the guy who was his father, you know, she's gonna say that, who also is the woman's husband, and he had just recently died. I mean, I think he died within 2 years before he graduated from high school. Or
no,
1 year?
I think. Well, yeah, in high school, but I think a few years had passed by the time, and he was graduating college, wasn't he?
I know he was in high school when his uncle died, though. So you see, like,
I think you would.
So
say,
what a more acceptable
were here.
could have been, "Gee, Pete, I really wish your mom, dad, and uncle were here to see you."
Thank you. That's what I needed. I felt they just left it right there, and like we wish everybody could have been here. Not we don't care about Uncle Ben. We don't. We'll continue on like we were talking about with Star Wars. Robert Rodriguez is finally confirmed as the director of season 2 of The Mandalorian.
Oh shit! So people are just gonna get killed, nonstop action.
Like, do you think it's gonna be like the directors? They've had different directors on there, but I felt like the styles have stayed the same. Like, Do you think they're gonna allow him to kind of do Robert Rodriguez style, or just I don't know?
No, I think it fits like the flow of the season and the direction, but he'll just probably have like his episode will probably have like a cool action sequence or something.
Well, Taika Waititi, he was the finale. He directed that. That was a pretty entertaining episode, I would say.
Is that how you found out how they say his name? You watched like that round table thing?
I watched the Oscars, and I was like, oh, fuck, I am saying this.
Oh, okay.
He's brutalizing this guy's name. So
has he been in serious movies where he wasn't comic relief?
He was. You know what? He was in Green Lantern.
I know.
I was like, I didn't know that till I was reading it one day. I was like, that was him? Because how did you take 2 funny people and go, we're not going to figure out a way to make these guys funny at all?
And then the funny thing is when they were asked about it, they both denied it.
they were in the movie.
They were like, it's on YouTube or something. He was like, "Oh my God, I've heard so much about you." And the girl's like, "Weren't you guys in the movie?" No.
Oh, yeah, that was for the that one where he's playing the NPC player, I think. Yeah.
He's like, "No, what are you talking about? This is the first time we met. Like, I've heard so much about you." He goes, "No, you guys were in that. No, we don't know what you're talking about. We've never been in a movie. This is our first time together being friends." And I was like, man, they really hate that fucking movie. Wow.
They do. And again, somehow he fell in love with his co-star in that and got married and had kids with her. And I saw no chemistry at all. And then probably one of the worst bad guys. And then you completely underutilize what's his name?
Hector Hammond or Parallax?
No, the guy who's the Yellow Ring guy.
Oh, Sinestro?
Yeah, Sinestro.
You know, there's an after credit scene, right?
I know, but like you wasted it. Like that would have.
No, because like I feel like that was gonna be the next you know,
If
Sinestro,
it was done anything.
Yeah, because they did the after credit scene with him taking the yellow ring and like getting the yellow suit. I think they did a lot of things wrong with that movie, but you know, it is what it is. Hopefully, HBO Max does a good job with the series, but with Jeff Johns being at the helm of it, I don't.
Wait and see. We're also getting Friends on there, so everyone gets.
Oh, where's Kennedy? So you can be like, Did you see that picture of like Friends versus The Office in a basketball game?
No, I haven't seen it.
Like someone painted like a portrait of like Michael Scott being guarded by Ross.
Oh my Lord!
I'll tag you in it when I see it.
Also, it looks like The Mandalorian will be back November 12th, and they're already working on season 3.
Moneymaker.
Well, Nick Cage is going to be playing the Tiger King in a series in the works from the American Vandal showrunner
Carol fucking Baskins.
Based upon a article that was written about Joe Exotic, is where they got the rights to it. This is not connected to the Kate McKinnon, I'm sorry, series.
No, because she's going to be Carol Baskins.
Yes. So we're going to be getting 2 Tiger King shows. And maybe
which one's going to Hulu and which one's going to Netflix?
No, exactly. And who will get there first so that they can get the biggest push.
I mean, we're not going to see anything new on fucking... I'm surprised Netflix hasn't run out of shit to debut because, like, this coronavirus shit is just fucking everything up.
Well, they had there's probably a lot of stuff that was already created, but I figure by July or August we're gonna be.
That's it. Rerun City.
Yeah, it's gonna be. This is your content for a while.
Because like Fox just came out with like something that fucking Bravo does, is where they get celebrities to watch shit and be like, "Oh, this is our reaction." So you're watching people watch reaction. Yeah, like it's like
And that's a YouTube thing.
Oh, it's a YouTube thing now?
Well, no. YouTube has always done that where we're not celebrities, but you're watching people react.
Yeah,
and Bravo's made a series out of it?
Yeah, it's like watch along or some shit like that. TLC does it too with the 90-Day Fiancé and all that other bullshit. So it's like I'm watching.
In essence, they're doing Mystery Science Theater riff tracks, but with reality television.
No, it's because they're not making fun of anything. They're just like giving you the reaction.
Oh,
so it's it's like me and you watching a movie and you go, "Oh God, why would you do this?" It's like that. At least for fucking riff tracks, they're trying to be funny and.
Oh, so these are just people you're getting their natural reaction, but
it's like so Fox is gonna put that on primetime television, and then they got the other dating show too with the fucking wrestler, where the girl wants to have a baby, so she's selecting the guy who wants to impregnate her.
The rest.
This is how. Yeah, Stryker. Matt Stryker's a
Matt Stryker.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's reality TV we're getting right now, and they're doing it with like they shot it during COVID-19 precautions.
Oh wow!
So you see social distancing being practiced, and I'm just like, what's next? I think they're gonna bring back Joe Millionaire.
Oh my Lord! Hey, what's up with the rumors of Virgil buying the WWE? You think this is true?
Yeah, the guy who fucking wants money on fucking Grand Central Station is gonna buy it. I like how he says I could have main evented all these WrestleManias. I was in these WrestleManias. Like, can you show us where in these WrestleManias you were?
Well, he could have if he would have booked himself. He would have booked himself in the main.
No, but he's like, oh, I was in WrestleMania. It's like, bro, we have no record of you on TV in WrestleMania. Fuck. Hey man, fuck it. If you believe your own bullshit, fuck it. I gotta. Like, why is it even that news? Like, why did that even...
I don't know.
I clicked on the link, and it was Virgil. Oh, man, must be a slow news day.
Yeah, it was like he put on Twitter, like, I'm buying the WWE, and I was just like, that guy.
For $5?
Yeah, they were speculating that maybe he siphoned money off the $1 Million Man while working under him, so that ultimately he saved up enough to buy that, $1 billion company.
So the guy who really didn't have money. He was siphoning off the pretend money. Yeah, that makes sense.
You ever watch the show The Blacklist?
Like maybe one episode.
I have not seen any episodes of it. I hear it's supposed to be good.
I heard good things about it.
Well, with the COVID-19 shutting down the industry, they weren't able to finish season 7th episode, the 19th episode. So they went and done recordings of the script with the actors, and they're going to animate it as like a graphic novel. So like maybe stills and then just kind of drawing the characters and playing it out. So I think that's an interesting idea.
That is. I just feel like it would have worked better for a comic book.
Oh, you mean like the Arrow or
like if they did that with the Arrow or Flash? But Flash, those people were smart. They're like, yeah, we're just gonna stop, and this is the last episode. We'll come back when everything resumes back to normal.
That's true.
I mean, I if I was a fan of the show and I watched it, I'd be looking forward to it. But that's it's very hard to watch that style of like TV if you're not into it. So it's like if you're going from one type to another, and I don't see people going, oh yeah, I really like the show that I'm gonna have to hear and watch as the pictures move slowly.
Yeah, when they did those motion graphic novels, I couldn't, like, this is too slow for me. I've already flipped through the comics, like I'm reading quickly. This is just, and then Thor moved over here.
I mean, it's cool that they could do that with the pictures and stuff like that, but it's like I don't see people who watch that show going, yeah, I can sit and watch this and not laugh.
Hey, looking for something to read? Amazon apparently has let a bunch of graphic novels available for download or send to your Kindle. I don't know if it's still available right now. Somebody was thinking that it might have been a glitch, but they've done it now 2 days in a row. First one with Dark Horse Comics and now with Marvel. So if you wanted to grab Miss Marvel Volume 1, Captain America Volume 1, Venom by Donny Cates, which is really good, Miles Morales, Secret Invasion, Planet Hulk, which is a very good comic, or Black Panther, go ahead and go to Amazon and check it out. You can add it to your Comixology or to your Kindle. They've got a bunch of other Marvel-related comics for like $2 for the graphic novels, which is certainly cheap when you're talking about, what, a $10, $12 for graphic novels, even digital form, which I think is just ridiculous. Because really all you're paying for is one person uploading the graphic novel, and don't tell me it's because of server space and everything else. That's just bullshit. And a bunch of Star Wars collection because it's all connected to the Marvel world now. So
yeah, it's still for free.
Yeah. Oh, so go. Like as of right now, as we record this, go check Amazon and see if those are up there. Hey, good comics to read if you especially don't have the Marvel Unlimited. And if you do, Marvel Unlimited is actually giving free comics to read. And I think Google Play has put a bunch of issue number 1s up there to entice you to read more comics and pay for more comics. Rumors are coming out that there may be a new Tony Hawk game and a skate game coming out soon. It's been a long time, I'd say, since the PlayStation 2, since we've had a good Tony Hawk game. And
oh, you played it on PS2. I played it on Dreamcast.
Oh, yeah, I had a PlayStation 2, and I had a Dreamcast, so I think I played on the PlayStation 2. Maybe
the Dreamcast version was better, in my opinion.
Well, I can't remember. It's been so long. Plus, with the Dreamcast hacked, you get the...
So you're like 12 years older than me? You should still remember video games, right?
I do, but here's the problem with the Dreamcast. It was easily hackable because all you had to do was burn the CD-ROM. And so when you're getting new games like every other week, you kind of play one and then just move on to something else. It's hard to connect unless a game is really, really good. You know, like Resident Evil. What was the game that came out for the Dreamcast? God, I can't remember the name of it. That one was entertaining. That kept me going. I also like the game where it's a fright meter and you've got to get through a house or a park.
House of the Dead?
No, it's like, I forgot what it was. It was like a Japanese game, and you had to get these people, like a group of people that are, the first part is a haunted house, and you have to avoid the scares and detect the scares because if your heart rate goes up too high, you die of a heart attack. And
I don't know what game is that, Playboy.
I can't remember what it was, but I enjoyed that game. But it was hard to get connected to a game when you're constantly. I'm not saying I illegally downloaded games. No, never say anything like that. But apparently they're working on some new stuff and hopefully get announced soon within this year what is going on with that. And then in big Xbox news, we got to see the loading screen. That was just says Xbox.
Yeah.
Nothing.
I see it all the time.
I just realized that I feel like Sony and Xbox Microsoft don't know what to do, and they're just like, well, here's a picture of the controller, and here's a picture of the loading screen. Like, none of that really matters.
Well, you understand, like, I guess given what's going on in the world, they're just spacing shit out. They're like, we can't show them everything. We'll do it like next 3 months from now.
Do you think we're getting the systems this year though, or is that going to get pushed back? Because by now, like especially middle of May, June, we should have gotten pre-orders set up.
I don't know, man. Like, I can't put anything. I'm so uncertain about everything and anything that all I know is if shit's the way it's still going, it makes no sense because who's going to be able to buy it?
Oh yeah. Nobody knows. Yeah, if we're still shut down, nobody's going to be willing to spend $400 or $500 on not everybody, like a new gaming system.
Nope.
But then again, you got people. How much are the Switches now?
I don't know.
They were still fiending for the Switches, like when everything shut down, because everyone needed to get their.
Yeah, but with the stimulus check, though, right? So,
oh yeah.
Like,
True.
even if I get another stimulus check and I don't go back to work, I can't spend it on the system. So.
No, because you don't know when this is all going to end. So
no.
It's like, oh, I can't commit to that because I need to eat. Need to save up for shows of next year.
But if they do come out, I don't expect them to make a lot of money off of it because given the situation. So.
Yeah, I'm wondering if it's all going to get pushed back to next year.
I mean, I wouldn't blame them if they did. But then again, now, if that happens, are people going to make games still for PlayStation 4?
Yeah, because they'll just, a lot of the games will just, they'll work. The PlayStation 4 games will work. The Xbox games will work. They said they'll be backwards capability, right? And then there's talking of doing enhanced versions of the Call of Duty, that multiplayer version that Kennedy loves so much.
And he gets cheated out of.
Yeah, I was like, why are you playing with PC people? They cheat. They got all kinds of hacks. Why it's got to be only Xbox only? But
yeah, I don't know, man. I can't.
Where are you going on your camera? Like you're getting further and further away.
No, I'm turning because I got my chair. I don't know. Like that's we haven't seen reports about it, but if give it some time. But if we don't hear anything by the time you say pre-orders should be coming out, then yeah, they're gonna move forward with it. But I can't expect people buying fucking Xbox and PlayStation 5s,
Oh yeah. No one's going to be making money off them because they'll just, it's not like where people try to upsell it and everything else around the holiday because people are not willing to stand up or pre-order the system.
Yeah, how can you be standing in line with social distancing?
Oh yeah,
6 feet apart. Fucking lines will be fucking all the way to another borough.
That's what I want to do. I want a social distance in the middle of November to try to get an Xbox at. I would assume they would do it midnight, right? But. Because I remember when I did
curbside pickup. But the curbside pickup line is still going to be long.
All right.
I remember they got mad at me because I pre-ordered my PlayStation 4 at a Best Buy.
Would you just walk in and grab it?
Yeah, and they were like, "What the fuck, man?" I'm like, "I pre-ordered, bitch."
All right, Josh, what'd you learn this week?
I learned there's a subreddit of people upset about subreddit of fans defending the Spider-Man movies. Is that correct? Or
yeah, there is. Them and the prequel Star Wars people are just way into it. I'm just like, oh, why? I just feel like there's certain millennials, like the Space Jam millennials, that are holding on to what they grew up with, and they're like, this is the best. And we're like, no, it's not.
No, I don't. I don't get mad at that because if you enjoy something, enjoy it. If people hate on it, but well, I still like it. I get that for Indiana Jones, the last one, the Crystal Skull.
That movie's horrible.
It's horrible, and I'm like, they're like, oh, you really like my friend? I'll never forget it. so you like that movie when he's swinging on the vines and the monkeys are swinging on? And I said, listen, I don't know what jungle you were ever in where monkeys don't swing on the vine. It's a movie. They do dumb shit. I go to the movie to not believe. Oh, so you can survive a nuclear blast and a fire. I was like, listen, once again, it's Indiana. Name me another Indiana Jones stunt where you're like, oh, that's believable. Like,
yeah, ripping a guy's heart out.
The guy outran a fucking boulder in a temple. Like, come on.
Well, he did swing across it.
So it's just like, if you, and I get this a lot because I have my friend, the other Matt, always makes fun of me because I like things that were just like, oh, this was shit, like this bullshit. It's one of the worst ever. And I'm just like, dude, I liked it. I liked Resident Evil too. It's apparently the worst. That's apparently the worst Resident Evil.
No, it's not. No, I think everything afterwards no, it's just horrible.
I shit you not. I looked it up online. It's like 2 is literally the worst rated one. And I'm
like, 2 has GTA, motherfucker. You can't take that away from it.
I don't know what to tell you, bro. But I enjoyed it. I enjoyed everything about part 2. They're like, oh, the monster looked mad rubbery, and I'm like, so yes, that's so. If you, my little fucking advice to listeners is: if you like something, a mass amount of people don't like, just go, okay, I still like it though. That's what I learned.
And I'll tell you, I don't like Hereditary. I don't understand why people do like it.
See, but that's the thing, though. I've never seen any positive reviews about Hereditary.
There are people out there. Like, it's always like the best horror movie that came out this year.
Every person that watched that movie is like, yo, this is the worst. Who the fuck said this is a good movie? At least 5 people on my Facebook were saying that when the movie came out. Like, I just wasted fucking money.
I told you, 1, Stacy walked out in the middle of the movie. And then 2.
But it was her idea to see it.
Well, yeah, but then the other thing is when everyone was getting up, it was a lot of what the fuck was that bullshit? Like just angry people.
Kind of like the Blair Witch Project when it came out over here.
Where'd you get? Is that a lot of Kool-Aid points you got there? What's going on with that? You've got
Speak with the devil and she shall appear.
Crap load of Kool-Aid. I'm trying to think of what I've learned this week. I've just been busy. Oh, I learned that if I call out people in my neighborhood and on Facebook, not actually talking about them, random people will decide to chirp in, and then I have to put them on blast, and becomes the joke of my work because they know that person and they thought it was quite humorous. So
because they work at home and they can still sell things, but you're not following social distance because your job said you had to come in.
I know, like that's what I gotta do.
What is he getting mad at? He's like, he has to go to work to make money. He can't sell furniture from his house.
No, you can't. No.
Like people still have to come in and they have to follow the guidelines. So if Ashley Furniture is like, well, 50 people could come in here. And they're breaking the rules, then you could complain. But if he's following the guidelines,
that's what I was like. It was like it wasn't my decision for her to quit. And like the guy she was dating said he was going to create a record label and then dumped her as soon as.
All right, now you're just getting real too. Like stop.
It's all in the Facebook, so yeah.
Keep it within the realm of this fucking. Because I read it like I did it once over, and I was like, Jesus Christ, this lady. What the fuck is wrong with her?
That's my problem with it. Came out of nowhere. Like I'm not calling anybody. I was just like, hey, this is annoying. It felt like there were groups of people that were like, well, it's Derby, so we should be able to hang out.
But there's no fucking Derby.
I know, but that's what it felt like. It was like, oh, it's a great, beautiful day. This should have been Derby. We were all going to hang out and drink, and they're all around each other. And I was like, this is why we're going to have to stay shut down. This is frustrating. And, I put that on there and be like, well, you go to work. I can't go to work. Well, that's not my fault. It's not my fault.
But didn't she say I can work from home and I'm selling stuff or doing stuff from home? We're like, good, you can do that. He has to go. Like, I was like, he has to go to work. And he's visibly upset because if these people staying out causes this stuff to stay longer, then it goes back to shutting down, which puts him out of work and staying home.
Yeah, because I do. I feel like
and complain.
Yeah, I know. I got pissed. I need to find something like funny to watch because sometimes, and you've heard me when I'm just like I've lost my shit,
Yes, Doc getting upset at Overwatch is the greatest thing ever because you're just like, dude, it's just a game.
I know.
Just go over there.
Why is nobody on the point? What is going on? Why is everybody dead? Well, I can't do everything. Of course, I'm playing the game because I had to carry the entire team.
All right, calm down because you're not always fucking playing the game. Stop
No, I'm not.
All right.
No. But it is a lot, though, isn't it?
It's just funny when you pick a character and you're going, you're using that character role. And I'm just like, me and my Soldier 76 or whatever the fuck, spraying and praying.
I know. I don't, but I try not to get down on you guys when you're playing. I'm just like, I would try to call out.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I could just imagine what you say about us in your head.
No. Because one, I know you're learning, so I'm not going to be like, oh, this guy should.
Learning, bro. You don't really learn that much in a first-person shooter. It's usually point and shoot. It's not that hard.
There are different things in mechanics with the way that you play each character. Yes, you're playing in essence a DPS, but there's not much there to it. Yeah. But no, you're fine. You're good. Hey, Joshua, quit playing with the gun. How can they learn more about you?
Well, if you want to see me incite Twitter beef on Twitter, you can follow me at Green Eye Bebop.
Who are you beefing with?
It's like this thing with, you know how fandom is, right? Like you see how one's, so like on wrestling Twitter, it's, so today on wrestling Twitter, and it's not a laughing matter. I'm not laughing at what happened. I'm just laughing at what's going to happen when people have to pick sides. Super indie fan, as I describe her, because that's all I know about her, because on Twitter, accused a ring announcer, a female ring announcer, these are two females, just so you get context, of sexually groping her at a show last year. And she talks about it today, and the person she accused is like, well, she did the Kevin Spacey, where she's like, I was assaulted and blah, blah, blah. And
oh my God, that was the excuse.
No, she actually was like, I didn't do anything. I was just drunk. But she was just like listing all the stuff that happened to her. And she's like, I was with these two people and they can attest that I didn't do anything wrong. And it is literally just a clusterfuck of shit. But I just want to see who's on whose side, who's going to say something negative about the accuser, who's going to say something about the accusee. Like, I love reading that shit because it's always fucking hilarious. So.
Class apparently at 8:30. Oh yeah, he's at work, so he was not going to be on the show.
Yeah, who cares? And so if you want to see me tweet my alcoholic beverages, post
he
my
did
alcoholic.
For Cinco de Mayo, he was dropping them.
Was dropping them. Corona, Cinco de Mayo. So if you want to follow me and see me post pictures of Doc on my iPad, go to Green Eye Bebop on Instagram as well. And if you want to hear me talk wrestling, I think I'll be on the Back Row Hecklers one day, someday, soon.
It's not hard to get a hold of you. You're home usually.
Yeah, but I think they did the show on Saturday, and I stay off social media and stuff just to spend time with my grandmother.
Well, that's nice. Why can't they work around that then? Be like, hey.
No. I don't expect them to work around it. It's just like that's the day they picked for the last show, and I was like, I can't do it. So hopefully next show is on a Sunday or a Friday.
That would help.
Oh, I saw Midnight Gospel, Woo.
Did you not feel like you had to have enhancements if you're going to, because there's so much going on?
I watched it while having enhancements.
Was it better?
I never watched it without enhancements, so.
Well, did you enjoy it then?
Yeah. Because you explained it as he takes clips from his podcast interview with these people and kind of puts it into animation form or into a story.
Correct, but the story doesn't have anything related to what is being talked about.
Yeah, so what you see on screen isn't what they're talking. They're just having a regular conversation.
Yes.
In essence, my thing is though he got those people back to do because you can tell when it's podcast and when it's recording.
Oh, because the audio changes.
Yeah, the audio kind of fluctuates. It's all right, so he still got the same people to do the voices of the character that they are on the show. If so, that's pretty fucking cool.
I would think so, but it's not that hard, to call him and say, "Hey, can you read some lines?"
Also, the dude who does the voice of the main character on the show looks like he's 50, but he sounds like he's fucking 12.
That's a comedian.
I know, and he's apparently a Joe Rogan best friend.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I was like, holy shit. This is the Dunk, because I've always heard the name Duncan Trussell, and I was like, I'm gonna, and then I finally hear him. I'm like, this dude sounds like he's 12, but he looks 50.
He does. He looks disheveled. Is what he looks like.
So I will indulge tonight again to and finish out the Midnight Gospel because it's actually fun.
Oh, well, see,
I was gonna tweet about it, but I was just too enhanced to function.
Well, if you want to find more information about the Frakkin Nerds, you can hit us up on Facebook. You can hit us on Twitter. You can hit us up on Instagram. And if you really want to just ignore my Twitter, what do you got a timeout? What is going on?
Yeah. Did you watch Rick and Morty last?
Yes, I did watch Rick and Morty. Why would I not watch Rick and Morty?
No, was that not like a really weird, not funny episode?
No, it was a good episode.
Oh, okay.
It was an episode that was pretty much Dan Harmon's hate for anthology storytelling, where everyone has a backstory and it all has to be explained, and somehow there's always a connection and everything else. And then the Bechdel test, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, like how people like try to get that to show that they're woke and they're writing good women, but really you can pass it pretty easily as long as the two women just discuss a non-male character some point in the movie.
Okay, so see, there was more to it that I just wasn't getting. So I was just
you should have sat there with me, and because I explain this stuff. I'm like, oh,
yeah. Well, I should have watched. I had to watch along with you because I literally just sat there going, okay, what? And I had an argument with my other friend Matt. He was like, yeah, one of the worst episodes was last season with the "You son of a bitch, I'm in," and I was like, that was actually a funny fucking episode.
That was him blasting, like he on a podcast he did. Just made fun of now you see, or now you don't see me, or whatever the hell that's called, like, and it just talks about how stupid that getting the groups together, but then the deal's already been done, Ocean 11, and he thinks that's shitty storytelling also.
Okay, well, that was fucking hilarious, but see, the context of that episode, you didn't really need to know it to laugh, but I feel like with this one you needed to know it to make, like, because I was just lost. I was like, this is not funny. I think that's the first Rick and Morty I ever watched where I didn't laugh.
The other thing is they were constantly just saying things don't have to be canon. Like, why can't we just tell a story and our fans be like, well, how does this connected? Well, when you did this and this and this, and they're just like, you know what? We just want to tell a story. We should be able to tell a story on its own. Doesn't have to be connected to anything else. And that's where they were just a big middle finger to the fans. Like, just let us tell stories.
Yeah, that's good. Give a middle finger to fans. All right, good luck with that.
And then again, if you want to just ignore me on Twitter, because it's what seems like most of the time, Doc_Martin. That is my Twitter handle. I don't talk.
Nobody ignores you.
They just don't respond. Maybe they see it.
I respond to you.
They look at it. You didn't respond to my shitty, there's no good movies for this.
I didn't respond to that because I was just like, it's him bitching about something and I don't give a shit. But like when you put other stuff, I respond.
But you should have been like, I agree. Or no, you know what? This movie's coming out. And
no, you just like, but I didn't have anything to offer to it. You know what? The funny thing is I've had this conversation with somebody else. I guess it's a Kentucky thing.
No, just like I got.
They're like, "Oh, you don't respond to me on Twitter," and I'm like, "I didn't know I had to." Now
I respond to a lot of stuff that I somehow connect with, and even things I don't connect with. I will find an animated GIF that somehow works, and I will send that out.
I know I'm the victim of it, but like when you say stuff, I responded to stuff that you posted.
I know,
I was like,
but in essence, it was a way to see if I could get some reaction. I didn't, and I was going to definitely bring it to the show, and I got a reaction out of it anyway. Is that your COVID-19 hookup already? Working on it?
No, this is my COVID-19 hookup.
I was like, well, let's
gang live.
How was it going into the bank wearing a mask?
I don't know. You know what pisses me off? Because you have this in Kentucky too. I thought this was just a New York thing, but it's just a poor people thing. People still open the door for you when you go into the bank. There's a guy who stands at the bank opening the door, expecting people to give him money.
What? Oh, no, we don't. Yeah, no, we don't. Like,
No, you've had that there because when I went to the bank one time or some establishment, the dude was like change.
that's when you were like, you were downtown.
Yeah, so I just was like, dude, there's a fucking outbreak.
They don't do that in the white area of Bullitt County.
Hey, not that you know of. But I'm like, and I've always had this problem, and I've always had this theory that they expect someone to be like, oh man, here's $1 when it actually is a $20 bill, but they won't say anything. And then the person will just walk away and be like, oh shit, that was a $20 bill I gave them, you know? But yes, even during the pandemic, we have people outside with masks on holding the door open for you at a bank so you can go into the ATM. You gotta love it. You gotta love it.
Yeah, no, I've not seen a lot of the I guess homeless people holding the door for me. Like, wouldn't they remove that? And then speaking of that,
the security
like,
guard, but the security guards.
The shooting that happened in Flint, I was like, if you need a security guard at a Dollar General, you might be in a bad area.
Well, true story. I used to be a security guard when I was younger, and they put me at a Foot Locker in a very bad neighborhood in the Bronx.
I could see Foot Locker.
Well, but here's the thing, though. They were like, yeah, this Foot Locker is actually supposed to have a New York City police person.
Really?
With a gun. Because this show's been robbed at least 5 times in the last 2 months. I'm like, yeah, you got to get me the fuck out of here. I'm not dying for a pair of Jordans.
No. Especially how much it cost them to get those things made.
Yeah, it was just like, and I just like, so in certain areas, though, they're supposed to have armed security. So that guy was probably an armed security person.
Yeah. Yeah. And then because they wouldn't let the lady's daughter in because she wasn't wearing a mask, I guess they kept it real.
Yeah. And it went wrong. So.
All right. All right, Joshua. Was there anything else you need to say, or was that a good show? Should we continue on with the videos? Do you think this works?
Yes, this is fun. I enjoy doing this, especially during these times. I think we could do videos with Zoom until Zoom is played out, or until we get hacked. You know.
Till we get hacked? Yes. Yeah. So hopefully that. I mean, if we get hacked, we just won't post the video, or I'll just chop it up, like. No. Or like when Class was showing what was on his phone.
Well, it cut out, right?
I hadn't started recording, so it was never on.
Oh, you wasn't record? No, it did record that.
No, I hadn't started recording yet.
No, it did because I remember watching it because I was like, oh, that's Rochelle Ryan. It's on the video.
Oh, well, you can't really see it, right?
No, what happened was it cut out. It went to me right when he was about to show it.
Okay, because you must have been talking and it pulled the audio.
Yeah, it pulled. So
good. So then we didn't get kicked off Facebook because it's
no, we won't get kicked off Facebook. So.
One day we're getting kicked off. That's what's gonna happen.
Yeah. So.
All right, Joshua. Joshua, you stay healthy out there. So for Joshua on the East Coast, this is Doc Martin saying, have a fracking good week.